Starting my new job. On Monday, I will officially be an emergency medicine clinical pharmacist. Guys, it's been a while. Also, how cute is this sweatshirt? Like, it's so freaking cute. I'll link it below. It's like literally one of my favorite things in the world. I bought it like several months ago and it's like my most requested link on my Instagram. Like every single time someone's like, wait, where can I find that medicine vial? So it's from Etsy, I'll link it below. Probably gonna get 17 more in all the other colors it comes in because it's just so cute to wear with scrub pants. So I am filming this so late, but I kind of wanted to do a life update video, kind of like answer some questions that I have been getting, because I low-key dropped that video 2 weeks ago and was like, oh yeah, I'm back in Georgia, by the way, and like I didn't really, you know, recap my Chicago life and, you know, talk about my new position and everything like that. So welcome to the channel. It's so fun to be creating this video today. It is Saturday, August 3rd, and I start orientation for my new job Monday, August 5th. So, but I'm so excited because I start my new job on Monday and I'm very, very excited to do like a first week in the life vlog next week. And I feel like I couldn't really just drop that without dropping this video of what the heck has been going on these past 6 weeks that I have been back in Georgia. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Rudy. I am now a post-grad kind of content creator. I did a doctorate of pharmacy with my master's of public health. I then moved to Chicago for my pharmacist residency. Was there for a year, and now I'm back in Georgia where I was born and raised and where I always planned on coming back, mostly. And now it's kind of big girl time. It's big girl budgeting, it's big girl working, it's big girl all that stuff, and I'm really excited to like share all of that with you guys over the course of this next however long I plan on sharing my life on the internet. I don't know how long that is, but for now. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Rudy, nice to meet you. If you're not here, welcome back. I love you guys. It's so awesome talking to people because like last week's or 2 weeks video, everyone was like, oh my God, congratulations on finishing residency. Or like a few weeks before that video was someone was like, I just followed you the entire time throughout your pharmacy school career. And it's just like, this is why I do this, you know, like one, I do this because I've always been a creative. I've always enjoyed this kind of thing. And two, I really like helping people. I really like showing people that they're not the only ones going through these things. Like I literally started this YouTube channel in 2019 because I wanted to help other women of color that were, you know, going for doctoral degrees. And then from there, it just stemmed to helping just people in general, like in terms of like showing my failures, showing my successes, like how to do the residency process, all that stuff. And I have just really enjoyed it. And it sounds like you guys have enjoyed that too. So I sincerely thank you guys for that. So let's start with Chicago. Chicago. So I lived in the medical district. I would never actually share the name of where I practiced ever, only because like where I practice for residency or where I'm going to practice in the future, only because I never want to get in trouble in terms of like if we have different opinions, things like that. Like it's best that way, right? But I lived in the medical district, very close to my job. I had I think it's like a 420 square foot apartment. I'll post a video right here. And I loved it. I loved Chicago so much. It was quite expensive, I won't lie. Very expensive. Maybe I should do a separate video on like the cost of living. That might be a really good video to shoot, just about like my monthly expenses and things like that. But it was very expensive, and that's another reason why I'm back in Georgia is I was paying about $2,600 to $3,000 a month just in living expenses. $2,400 of that was towards my rent for my junior 1-bed studio, and then of course the rest of that were just normal bills I had. And keep in mind, I was a resident. I was not making a lot of money. So I was very blessed for a partner that helps me out a lot, as well as like family members that help me out a lot. But obviously, like, I don't like to burden people. I also don't like asking for help, which is a very toxic trait of mine. I'm getting a lot better, shout out to therapy. But I just didn't want to do that forever. But I loved where I lived. It was very local to literally everything. I had everything I needed. Me and Yami had a great life. So I did spend that entire year in Chicago. A lot of people were very confused on like why I was living alone. So my partner and I, we've been together going on 10 years now, I think. It's been a long time, but he was fully in person what I matched in Chicago. And we also already knew the possibility that we would have to do long distance for 1 year to 2 years before I even got into residency, like before I even applied to residency. We knew that it was a possibility. So this 1 year of doing apart was not that shocking to us as it was to other people. I think that we were still blessed because I knew people in pharmacy school who actually were long distance throughout the entire time we were in pharmacy school. And people were long distance for a lot longer. So honestly, we were so blessed that it was just 1 year. And also we were so blessed that these were 1 hour flights. Like this was like, it was the best, it was great. Was it amazing being like long distance in the concept itself? No, that sucked. But we flew to each other pretty often. And obviously FaceTime literally all the time. I wish we could calculate those minutes we were on FaceTime, but we were on FaceTime all the time. So I think it worked out. I have been back now in our home for the last 5 weeks, and I literally just picked up where I left off. So it's been like so funny because I keep telling people that I feel like my Chicago life was a fever dream because the way that I just picked up where I left off here in Georgia has been so funny. Like picked up and seeing my friends, back reading at my pool, like doing all my favorite stuff, going to the farmer's market, all that. Like it's like I never left. Is kind of crazy, but it was great. What else about Chicago? I mean, it was just great. I really enjoyed it. I'm really, everyone keeps asking me what I'm gonna miss. And I think what I'm gonna miss is one, public transportation. I know this is controversial, but your girl did not miss driving at all. I actually had to get a new car when I moved back here because I'm like, I have to drive now? When I moved to Chicago, my younger sibling was having a kid, so I gave him my SUV because it'll be paid off in like, I think 6 months now. So he took over that. And I just like was like, oh, maybe me and Adam will like move here to Chicago full time. Granted, that was a thought we had at some point. However, all of our family's down here. It just like made so much more sense for us to stay in the Southeast because like we just really value our time with our families. Like I cannot tell you how many random family dinners, random family visits and everything we have had over the past 5 weeks now that I've been back. And it's just like the best thing ever. I genuinely love, like the other day, my niece's mom called my mom and she was like, hey, I have to go do this. Like, we need someone to watch her. And I was like, I will be there in 30. Like, this is why I moved home, to be able to see my niece whenever I want, to see my family whenever I want. Like, I literally, like I'm filming this at 20 minutes after just having a random mall day with my mom. Like, it's just, this is what I want. And I didn't have that in Chicago. That was another big reason why I moved back, is because I was lonely. Did I have FaceTime? Did I have like my co-residents? Did I have like the people that I met in Chicago? Yes, but like I was lonely because my people were here. And that's not just like my family, but also Adam's family, who were literally my second family. Like all my people were down here and I missed them just as much as they missed me, and it was just so much. It was like low-key, like I already had like the seasonal depression, I already have anxiety and depression baseline, but it was just like really heightening all of that, and it just really was it just wasn't right for my heart to stay up there any longer or to even travel any further. There was a point where we were considering moving to DC because we do have family in DC, but it's only one family member up there. So we were just like, oh, like Georgia's, I think we're gonna be in Georgia for some time. So that being said, I zoned off right there. I gave my brother my car. So when I came back to Georgia, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to a big girl car. So I did get me a new car. But I don't miss driving, and I don't miss how far everything is here in Georgia. Like, why is everything so far? Like in Chicago, literally hop on the train, one podcast, like barely 5 minutes into my podcast, I would be where I needed to be. And like Michigan, being able to like go for hot girl walks on the water, I'm gonna miss that so much. Like everyone's like, what are you gonna miss? Lake Michigan. Is it I mean, like, it's not like it's the cleanest or like the most beautiful thing, but like being able to like hop on the train and in 10 minutes be at Lake Michigan and just like plug in your headphones and just go for a walk, it's just, I'm gonna miss that so freaking much. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. When I'm losing in Michigan, well, when I'm losing in Chicago, I'm gaining here in Georgia, so it's okay. Next up, okay, so Chicago to Georgia. So now I've been in Georgia now for 5 weeks. We have been on fun employment for 5 weeks. It has been the best and scariest thing ever, because I have never had so much time to do nothing. And it's crazy because everyone's like, well, you had like summers in between school. But yeah, summers in between school, we still kind of like some classes would require us to do pre-work, And then I would also be working so much during the summer to like be able to afford to be a grad student, or doing, we would have like our summer IPPE. So then like part of that summer I had to take off for like 2 to 3 weeks to go do my IPPE for free at a hospital or at a pharmacy. So like I didn't really, like, it's kind of different because now it's like I literally had nothing to do, especially the first 3 weeks, because I still hadn't received anything from the Georgia Board of Pharmacy about taking my MPJE, which God bless, like thank God I passed. I found out I passed this past Tuesday, and it was just so annoying because it took them forever to even just like allow me to test. It was so annoying. Literally, I started this process, I think June 19th, y'all. And I just finished this process 3 days ago on like July 29 or something like that. Like, why did it take a month? It was so ridiculous. So I got my authorization to test like the day before I went on vacation. So I went on vacation with my in-laws, and literally, I basically had to split my time between like reading the law and then also like just enjoying beach reads. It worked out, and I kept telling myself on vacation, I was like, I'm not gonna spend all my time doing this law stuff. I'm not, like, I know federal law, so all I have to do is relearn Georgia law, and I don't even have to really fully relearn it because I started practicing in Georgia. Like, I was an intern here, I went to school here, so like, it was okay, but still, it was really annoying. So I did read like a lot of stuff while I was on vacation, but mainly like during our drive to vacation. When we got to vacation, if I woke up like super early for everyone else, then yes, I did law reading. But when everyone's up, I mostly did like my personal reads, like on the beach and stuff with my family. And then we were just hanging out, having a great time. Came back from there, and I had exactly 6 days to just hunker down and only do law, and that seems like it worked. So I took my exam on July 20, and then I found out on July 29 that I passed. So I'm a practicing pharmacist in Georgia, finally. The only thing is that pushed my start date back twice. So originally I was gonna start orientation on July 22, and obviously the higher power was like, no girl, you need some more time to chill. You need the break, because they were like, no, like you can't just like take your exam and then wait for your scores and start. Like, we need you to be a practicing pharmacist before you start. And I was like, ah. So because this was start July 22nd, I took the exam 20, I had to push that 22nd date to the 29th. And then the next week came around and it was Wednesday, and they're like, hey, you got your scores back? I was like, nothing yet. And they're like, okay, I think we'll have to push it back just in case. This happened with another person that was starting last week, and they didn't get their scores in the normal 3 to 5 days. They got it actually 7 to 10 days. So let's just be safe. So we pushed it back again. So I was supposed to have started last Monday. So now I'm starting this Monday, August 5th. But it's fine, because the extra 2 weeks honestly was God's gift, because it's just been great. I've just been reading by the pool. I've been going to see my niece, like go on these random road trips. So it has been so good, and so good for like my mental health and my physical health. I've gotten back to working out. If you guys remembered, during pharmacy school, during P2 year, I found Sydney Cummings on YouTube, and I loved her workouts, and I literally have been using her workouts literally since then. Like, I'll fall off every now and then, but I have literally been like so good these past 2 weeks, and I just feel like so much better, like mentally and like physically, and it's just like, I'm so excited. So, and it's great because it's like, as I was getting back into her workouts, she was finishing a program, and now she's starting a new program on August 1st. And it's like, this is like the perfect time for me to hop into a new program, because like I'm already in my zone. So it's been good. We're doing good. We are doing good. We have rearranged our home and everything. We started planning our wedding, so I can't wait to show you guys like wedding planning stuff. I probably won't share like too much personal stuff, but like maybe when we start getting closer to things, I'll start maybe documenting things. The only thing that we've done right now is like pick our date, pick our venue, colors and stuff. But yeah, this is gonna be so exciting. So I'm really excited to where this channel is heading. Basically the next big life updates is like, I'm starting my new job. On Monday, I will officially be an emergency medicine clinical pharmacist. Like, who am I? Who am I? I have like been praying for this day now for what, 5 years? To be able to like be a practitioner. It's crazy though, because like, did I imagine myself in the ED? That's kind of a loaded question. It's like a yes and a no. If you know me, you know that before pharmacy school, I worked in the emergency room. So this is like a full circle moment, but it's just crazy because it's like I worked in infectious diseases and HIV for 3 years. I truly saw myself going the ID HIV route, and then I saw myself going the transplant route, and then I considered internal medicine, and I was like, okay, this is very, very overwhelming. Not only do I need to figure out what specialty I want to be in for the rest of my life, but I also might have to move again because there was like nothing available that I wanted in Georgia or near Georgia. I did end up applying for PGY2s, and I had interviews in New York and Maryland, and of course in Chicago, and those are not near my family still. So I would be going through the same exact thing the next year. And then also I just felt that like once I finished my PGY2 interviews, I felt that there was nothing that was like telling me that I had to do it, you know? You know, like when you feel like you have to go this route, like if you don't do this PGY2 in transplant, if you don't do this PGY2 in internal medicine, like you will die. Like you cannot imagine yourself doing that. And I did not feel that way. Honestly, I did not feel that way. I did not feel that like if I did not do a PGY2 in transplant, then I would be so upset. I'd be like, I would die. I did not feel that way. I truly felt that like I would be happy taking a job doing anything clinical pharmacy, except for psych. I just was happy to be a clinical pharmacist, and I made that decision and I stuck to it. I was like, I'm pulling out a match. And at the beginning, I felt like a big failure because I felt like everyone was like judging me, like, oh, she was gonna do this, she was gonna do that, like Rudy was gonna do this. And I felt like a lot of people were holding me to a pedestal that I didn't care about, you know? I don't care about doing this, this, and this, and this. I care about being a clinical pharmacist. I feel like I care about my patients. I care about doing a good job and like things like that. And I felt like people were just like tying me to me being this specific thing. And that just really affected me mentally. And so once I pulled out for match and just got validation from like my partner and my family and other people who did the same thing, I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. And I now am so happy because I have a dream position. I'm only working Monday through Thursday, no weekends. I clock in, I clock out. I don't have to pre-round. I don't have to do XYZ. I am so excited because I was so burnt out during residency, just trying to do every single thing. And this position is literally gonna save my life with just being able to show up, do a great job, take great care of my patients in the emergency room, teach the people, you know, teach residents and all that stuff, and still be able to leave and not have to think about everything else I need to be doing, you know, all the extra projects and journal club and this. Do I still wanna be a part of those things? Yes, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to be like staying up till 1 a.m. doing them anymore, you know? Like I want to hop on a journal club Zoom meeting while I'm driving home, you know? It's just like, I'm just so excited because like I just feel like there's just so much, like I get my time back, I get my weekends back, and like I get my like I'm just so excited. So that's where the channel's headed. Is we're going to be doing some work week in the life vlogs, hopefully some weekend in my life vlogs, some off days in my life vlogs, some like weekend meal prep, stuff like that. I'm just so excited. Then of course, like some traveling. I finally get the chance to really enjoy having money to travel. Having money to do anything, like it's low-key kind of crazy. Maybe we can do some budgeting stuff too. I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing like what I make on the internet, but like maybe we can incorporate some type of like budgeting in there. But I'm just so excited. And I'm especially just there's so much change happening over this year in terms of like getting married, moving back home, starting my big girl job. So I'm just really excited to have you guys with me along this ride. As I always say, I'm just so blessed that you guys have stuck with me for the last 4, 5, 6 years now. Oh my God. And I just wouldn't want it any other way. So I apologize that I have been missing here, but I'm back, hopefully. Especially with dropping this video, I feel like I've, you know, kind of wrapped up everything that's been going on. And so now we can really start on a fresh foot starting next week as I start my new big girl job. So thank you. I love you. And I will actually see you guys next week. Love you. Bye. I hope you guys have a great weekend.